big driver for office buildings in the Philippines, just like in India, is the business process outsourcing. So we do have about 1 million people now working in the Philippines from an industry that was non-existent about 10 years ago. So that's been driving that. So we do a lot of support work. For example, we do work for major banks and major companies in terms of voice and shared services. So it's a great driver for us, and we're very happy in that space. So what we're finding out right now is everybody's talking about density in cities. We're now finding a challenge of people who want to be in the city, which means very expensive space, but they're very cost conscious. So we're having a challenge with density inside the office buildings. A lot of people now want to reduce the amount of square meters that they're allocating per worker. So that's a concern in a way, but it's also a challenge for us on how to make it livable, have a lot more in terms of natural light and ventilation, being a green building. So we're very happy that we've been able to accept that challenge and try to work with density, not necessarily as a no-no, but try to work with that. So we work on a 24/7 basis, and because we do have very high power costs in the Philippines, working at night means we can use off-peak rates. So we do a lot of work for the United States. On time, it will be evening in the Philippines and during normal working hours in the United States. So we have that ability to be able to be very flexible in the work hours. Well, I was very much involved in a public-private partnership in the Philippines. And the government had their largest asset was having large land banks, like military camps in the center of the city. So we found out that the best way that the government worked with us to improve the infrastructure and to get away from the usual tedium of public bidding and delays, etc., was to have a public-private partnership. Government put in its property, took 45%, a minority role. The developer took 55%, so now it's a private company. So we can contract as a private company and speed up the arrangements. So we did take care of almost all the infrastructure ourselves, rather than having to have a very difficult time using government funds and working through that procedure. So we were actually able to build a city about the size of almost Boston, and it's like only 20 years. So it's a very laudable public-private partnership. I think it was one of the first and most successful ones in the Philippines. So we're very happy to have been a partner of the government there.